Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm Victoria. Welcome to my vlog. And today I want to tell you about gaslighting. You must have heard about gaslighting in maybe a blog or someone talking about it as something that narcissists and other toxic people do. And it's one of the tools that they are going to use. So I want to tell you about some signs that should alert you to the fact that you might be that you might be getting gaslit. So first of all, this term, it's apparently from a movie from the 1940s in which a woman gets married by this charming guy, and then the guy suspects that the woman has a stash of some precious rocks in her house. So then he decides to mess with her mind so that she can get institutionalized, because it's something that many women fell victim to back in the day. And he has some luck in doing it, and his most effective technique is when they used gas lights in the 1940s, and you could turn it up by increasing the amount of gas that's being released, or you could turn it down. So he messed with the gas light settings, and he made this woman believe that she was seeing things that weren't there. So she enlisted the help of an investigator, and this helped the story have a happy ending because the investigator told her that she was fine, and it's the husband who was doing some funny business, which honestly in real life wouldn't happen, because first of all, this toxic person will have cut you off from all close people, and he's going to just get you to be so shaken in your beliefs that you're going to have a hard time reaching out to someone in the first place. These things that they gaslight you with are typically really small and inconsequential. Like, you can't put them together in a reasonable conversation and make sense to other people. You're going to feel like you are crazy just for talking about these things, because they are so little and they have such a big impact. And that's the worst thing, the fact that these people know that they can just press small little buttons that are going to have a kind of butterfly effect. I hope I'm using the term right. So also, a woman might not be too eager to approach law enforcement because she suspects that her husband is gaslighting her. Because even when you approach law enforcement as a woman who's being beaten by your husband, it's often not a very happy story most of the time. I guess I'll talk about that at some point. So anyway, good for her in the movie and bad for people who are actually gaslit to the point of having complete advantage taken of them. And so yeah, now I want to tell you about some of the signs that should alert you to the fact that you're being gaslit. And one of these signs is that they are going to withhold things from you. So by doing this, they lie by omission. They might tell you half of what they intend to do and then withhold the other half so that it favors them and they can turn it against you and let you know that you are seeing things, you're imagining things. Sometimes they are going to act like they have no idea what you're talking about when you try to ask for more information. And if you dig even harder, they're going to accuse you of actually being the one who's trying to mess things up and throw confusion into the mix. So if you feel like someone is only giving you bits and pieces of the truth or the story as it is, then maybe they're trying to gaslight you. And another sign that you are being gaslit is that the gaslighter is going to counter all your arguments. Like, if you tell them something they were supposed to have done but they didn't do it, they will have a very flimsy reason for why they didn't do it, and then they are going to attack by telling you, well, you should have done this, or you should have been there, why weren't you? And then this is going to flip the tables, because you're going to get defensive, and when you do that, you've already lost, and they've won the half or 3/4 of the battle of gaslighting you, because the gaslighter is going to tell you that you actually have a problem, you never remember things well, or you always add some aspects of the truth to, you add imaginary things to the truth to convolute it, and this is what they do, so they are projecting onto you. So projection is another tactic that gaslighters will use. If you feel that someone you're suspecting of gaslighting you is what's the word? Wow. If you feel that the person gaslighting you is trying to, oh my god, this is sorry. So if you feel like the person you're suspecting of gaslighting you is accusing you of things that they are the ones who do, then they are probably not just gaslighting you, but they're also most likely a narcissist. So maybe get your guard up. And maybe the thing that gets it easier for a gaslighter to gaslight you is because you will have given them a really big benefit of the doubt. So I'm not saying that you need to withhold just to stop trusting everyone, but the moment someone starts showing patterns of bad behavior, then maybe be on high alert. And by patterns, I mean repeating the same thing 3 times or more, because by this point it's a habit or it's a conscious decision. So another thing that a gaslighter is going to do is that they will just outright deny things that they did. They will say, no, I didn't go there. I never set foot in that place, so I couldn't have met with this person you're accusing me of having met. They're going to tell you, no, I never promised to do that. I never promised to go there with you. They will just deny things that they actually did or said. They will outright deny them so brazenly that you're going to just believe them because you don't have an option. If you're a decent person, you won't understand how someone can lie so smoothly and easily and just be able to pull that off. Honestly, sometimes it's it's amazing. It's interesting to watch, especially when you know what's happening. But it's bad when it's being done to you. And another sign that you're being gaslit is when the person diverts your attention from what you're trying to focus on. So you might be talking about something, maybe trying to get the gaslighter to be accountable for something that he or she did. And when they feel that you've cornered them, they're going to divert and they will start making this they will typically just accuse you of doing something that you haven't done. They might accuse someone who's close to you of doing or saying something that they probably never did, and they're going to do something sensational so that you can get thrown off and you'll just lose track of your argument and whatever you were accusing them of. So that way they're going to get off easily. Another sign that you're being gaslit is when the person that is gaslighting you trivializes your feelings, your thoughts, and issues that are important to you. In this case, the gaslighter is they're going to tell you that you are being too dramatic, or that you overthink, or that you are just exaggerating the situation. They're going to make your issues look like nothing, even if it's like a very well-based issue. And because honestly, the best of us, and I'm not the best of us, they tend to overthink a lot. So if someone accuses you of overthinking, okay, even if you don't overthink a lot, if you've ever taken part in overthinking, you're going to be taken aback and you might think, oh wow, this person knows me, so maybe they're onto something. Maybe I'm actually overreacting, but that's just their way of destabilizing you and making you to feel like you don't you don't know what you're doing and what's happening around you. So another sign that you're being gaslit is if you find yourself constantly apologizing, like every time when you do something minor, you apologize. When you say something slightly out of place, you apologize. You'll just be so full of saying sorry for no good reason. And this is because the gaslighter will be conditioning you to believe that you're on the wrong, so you're the one who needs to apologize. You're the one who needs to watch your step. You're the one who needs to guard your words. You're the one who's on the wrong, basically, and they're the ones who are trying to keep you in check. So, yeah, the final sign that someone's gaslighting you is, I think it's the blanket, it's the one sign to rule them all, and that is lying. If you find someone to be a pathological liar, like they will lie about anything for any reason at any time, then this is a sign that they are capable of gaslighting you. So if you've seen the other signs of being gaslit in them, then they're definitely gaslighting, because what happens is that some of these lies are non-consequential. They're going to tell these lies just to condition you, and they're also going to tell these lies to practice so that they can perfect their tone, their facial expressions. Lying is a game to them. It's a way of life, and it's something like a pastime activity. It's what they do, basically. So if someone lies a lot, then uh, they might be good at gaslighting you. So just keep an eye out for that. You don't want to be near a liar in any case. No good comes out of that. So if you're wondering about some examples of gaslighting, maybe if you're a woman, especially if you've ever visited a hospital, like you know that something is up and you're going to these professionals who should help you get to the bottom of the issue, but they tell you, hey, let's do a pregnancy test, or they tell you, wow, what time of the month is it, or they just look for a reason that's going to make your issue seem like it's just a natural part of your life and you're being a silly little woman, you're overreacting to something that you don't need to overreact to, then that's a kind of gaslighting. They might tell you that you are worrying too much and there's nothing to be scared about, and yet you know yourself, you've had your body for so many years, so you have to know when something is wrong, the same way you would know if something's wrong with your car if you've been driving it for a long time. So that's an example of gaslighting. And another example of gaslighting is if a parent like tells they make their children question reality, which is something I think that happens a lot. Like if the parent starts questioning something that the child did and tries to make them feel like that thing didn't happen, or it didn't happen the way that they think it did, then that's gaslighting. And if you're a parent, honestly, that's not something you should be doing to your children. They remember these things and they're going to grow up and remember what you did to them, and trust me, they will be very angry with you and you will have earned this anger. So if you have noticed any of these signs in someone near you and you suspect they're gaslighting you, stand your ground. Let them know. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let them know that you remember what you said, you know what you did, you have a firm hold on reality, and let them know that what they're trying to do won't fly by you. You don't need to actually tell them, hey, I know you're gaslighting me. Just tell them, yeah, I know what I said, I know what I saw, I know what I did, and what you're saying is not it. And it doesn't matter what kind of tactics they try to use to get you to change this, just stand by what you know is true. And hopefully they're going to stop it, especially if you leave them and go far from them, because even if the gaslighting doesn't work and they are a toxic person, they're going to find other ways to control you, because that's what gaslighting aims to do. It aims to control you and just make you really dependent on the person who is gaslighting you. So that's it for today's video. I had written some other notes and I'm not sure what they were about. I think I was high. Because yeah, this looks like another vlog. So stay safe, stay happy, stay aware of your truths, and don't let anyone destabilize your mind. You are sane, and the world is a cruel, dark place, so hold on to that and stay happy. See you at my next video. Bye.